Good morning. My name is Mudukma Afolabi from the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Living Water Parish, based in South Wimbledon in London. You're welcome to today's Open Heavens Reflections. Our topic is Submission and Leadership. The Bible passage is taken from the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verses 26 to 29. For you see your calling, brethren, that not many wise according to the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble are called. But God has chosen the foolish things of this world to put to shame the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to put to shame the things which are mighty. And the base things of the world and the things which are despised God has chosen, and the things which are not to bring to nothing the things that are, that no flesh should glory in his presence. And the memory verse is verse 28. And the base things of the world and the things which are despised God has chosen, and the things which are not to bring to nothing the things that are. Now, what are our reflections? Reflecting on the above, when leaders are chosen in the right manner, namely, waiting on the Lord and not compromising the integrity of the system, we can ascertain that these leaders are from the Lord. There's some leaders who are there because they've placed themselves there. But the leaders we are talking about in this context are those that were placed through the place of prayer. We are told about Jesus. He prayed all night before he chose his disciples. And again, when we look at the book of Acts in chapter 1, to replace Judas, the disciples went to the Lord in prayers and they came up with Matthias. Every leader must be led by the Spirit of God. How dare anyone goes on an errand God has not sent him on? A test to know whether they are people ordained by God is to look at their attitude. For instance, from the passage we read today, the Bible says that he chooses the foolish things of the world to shame the wise. They are foolish not because they are idiots, but because they are pliable in the hands of the Lord. They are ready to accept the instructions of God without query. They are ready to go to wherever he's sending them. They are people that are ready to submit to the total will of God. They are completely yielded and sold out to the instructions of God. They know how to hear the voice of God, and they know how to yield to his instructions without any argument. They accept God's directives without conditions. These are the true leaders that God is seeking to use. And we have examples in the Bible. When we look at Jonah, Jonah was a leader who was not initially willing, but eventually he submitted himself to the will of God. Again, when we look at Moses, Moses was initially unwilling, but God spoke to him, he summoned courage, he trusted God for directions, and God used him mightily. And maybe you're a leader today. God has used you, and due to one reason or the other, you feel discouraged, and you think you've made a wrong decision. I'd like to encourage you that please go back to the Lord in prayers. An example of a leader who lost his calling in the Bible is found in the book of John chapter 21, about Simon Peter. He had given up fishing, but a situation came in his life and he thought he didn't hear from God, and he went back to what he had given up on. But Christ visited him and he was restored again. Are you such a leader? I pray that the mercies of the Lord will find you and he will completely restore you back in Jesus' mighty name. Till then, have a wonderful time and God bless. Thank you.